Well, can you believe it? It is week 4 already of the NFL season. We are flying by this season, folks, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Trevor, as always, and on today's episode, we will be previewing week 4 of the National Football League season, and now we are really starting to get into the nitty-gritty. We're starting to finally find out who's legit, who isn't. And, man, I think we have ourselves a good slate this week. Not gonna lie, I like some of the matchups here. And a lot of interesting decisions I have to make, so let's just get right to it. And first and foremost, let us check out our yearly standings. Drum roll if you please. There it is, right up there in front of you. We are now 29-19 on the season. Last week, we went 10-6 in predicting these games, and the spread so far this year, we are 26-22, 10-6 last week as well. So, both 10-6 in predicting the games and in the spread, so good job for me. And 2-0 on my locks of the week. So, good job for me there. And let us get right to it. We are kicking off Thursday Night Football for Week 4 tomorrow night in Lambeau Field, home of the Green Bay Packers, who, man, I'll tell you what, barely escaped with a win over the Saints. They got lucky with the Saints missing that field goal at the end of last week, so the Packers getting a win. Good for them. Detroit coming off a big win against the Atlanta Falcons. I'll tell you what, Detroit, hey, you proved me. I like what you did last week, Detroit. You stepped up in a much-needed game at home. Now you're going to Green Bay, and I know there are a lot of Lions fans looking forward to this one. They want to show that they are now the new kings of the NFC North. Here's your matchup for you tomorrow night. This should be a good one. The line is 1.5 in favor of the Lions. And Green Bay might be getting some pieces back. I heard Christian Watson might be playing. Aaron Jones as well, potentially. It's a short week, so tough to get those practices in there for those injured guys. I'll tell you what, I'm going to trust these lines, man. So give me Detroit and the -1.5 in favor with the Lions. I think Detroit is going to go in there and kick some ass. So, going to go with the Lions in that one. Let's kick off Sunday in jolly old London, England. That is right, the first of our international games this year. And, of course, London, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Basically, their second home at this point. The Jags playing the Falcons this Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern kickoff time in that one. The line is 3 in favor of Jacksonville. Jags, man, Jacksonville, what was that last week? Losing to the Texans? The Texans! How do you lose to the Texans? And the Falcons, of course, losing to the Lions up in Detroit. But both teams traveling. I'm going to go with the Jags. They do have a 5-4 record in London all time. But I think they're going to come out and play for this one. Atlanta, I'm still on the fence on. I don't know. I can't get a good read on them yet. But I will take Jacksonville and the 3. So give me the Jags minus the 3 in London this Sunday. And here we go, folks. Here is your game of the week. This coming back over, now we're into the normal 1 p.m. slate of games for Sunday. Here it is, your game of the week. Orchard Park, New York. The Miami Dolphins. My Miami Dolphins. Heading on up to play the Buffalo Bills. So, if you watched my Miami Dolphins season preview video, there was a lot of, what's the word? Not negativity, but just, I didn't really trust them going into this year. Reading all the preseason stuff, I'm just was feeling out. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. Well, just like other teams, I say, and the actions that happen afterwards, the Miami Dolphins are 3-0 with the best offense in the NFL right now. And that's not even... Last week was just the icing on top, the 70-0. I'm not even talking about that. It's the way they are winning their games. Week 1, air attack, defeating the Chargers. Week 2, running attack, ground and pound against the Patriots. And then last week, just a mixture of both. It is... They are fast. They are averaging almost 10... Above, actually, 10 yards a play. It's like a little above 10 yards a play. They're basically averaging a first down every play right now. You can't stop it. If you try to cover, they're going to run all over you. If you try to stack the box, they'll air it out. You have to... The way to stop them has to be this weird hybrid defense, which nobody in the NFL really has. Unfortunately, though... For the Dolphins standpoint, you're going to a Buffalo team that you played well against last year. You won the game in week 3. You held on to only lose by a touchdown in the game in December. And then you almost won the wildcard game with Skylar Thompson and whatever that team was at that point. So now you go to Buffalo, week 4 of the year, which helps out Miami a lot. Better than going in December, late in the year, where it's cold and snowing and all that stuff. Buffalo coming off a great win of their own. Josh Allen looks like himself again over the Commanders last week. I'm going to clean my glasses quickly. Excuse me. So, man, the line is 3 in favor of the Bills. Man. I want to pick my team so badly, but it's just... You know what? I'm going to make an edit here. On my notes here, I had me picking the Bills, but you know what? Fuck it. Give me the fucking Dolphins. Dolphins to win and +3. Outright upset. I'm going to buy in. I'm going to buy in with my team that they will go to Orchard Park and beat the Bills. I'm making a change on the fly here. I had it in my notes that I would pick the Bills and them to win and cover. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm going outright upset. Give me the Dolphins and the +3. Let's fucking go, boys. I'll believe. I'm willing to believe. So we'll see what happens there. Let's head to Carolina next, shall we? Vikings at Panthers. Panthers, I will admit, you put up a decent performance, a decent effort, I should say, against Seattle last week. Minnesota coming off the loss to the Chargers. Minnesota has to get it going eventually, right? You would think, with Justin Jefferson. There's talks of Kirk Cousins potentially being traded, but I don't buy it. But I don't know, man. You think the Vikings will get it going soon, right? So I'm going to take them this week. But you know what? I'm going to pick the Panthers to cover. The line is 3.5. So give me the Vikings to win. Okay, Vikings to win. But Carolina to cover the 3.5. I'm gonna say Carolina will cover the 3.5 that game. So give me Vikings and +3.5 in that one. Let's go to Houston. Steelers at Texans. Steelers, man. I'll tell you what. The fact that they were underdogs last Sunday night. Again, I said it last week. I didn't understand it then. I still don't understand it now. They rolled the Raiders, winning that one. Texans coming off a win against the, was it the Colts? What are the Colts on my sheet? I think it was the Colts. No, they didn't play the Colts. They played, who did the Texans beat? God damn it. Oh, I hate blanking. This just makes me look embarrassing, like I don't know what I'm talking about. Mr. Editor, if you could put in who the Colts, it's not the Colts. Why do I keep saying the Colts? The Texans. Whoever the Texans beat, if you could put that in there, I'd appreciate that. And I'll get made fun of, but whatever. So, Texans won last week. Steelers won last week, but I think Pittsburgh is improving. I like their defense. And I think the offense is going to start getting it going a little bit, even with Matt Canada and all that stuff. So, -3, I will take the Steelers and the -3 in that one. So, Pittsburgh and -3. Okay, good. To Cleveland now for a little AFC North action. Ravens at Browns. Baltimore losing the way you did to Indy last week on the controversial missed PI. Missed holding. I think it was holding. Holding or PI. One of them. Either way, it was a missed call that I think should have been called. Ravens got screwed. My opinion. So now you go to Cleveland to face a Cleveland team. Man, the Browns did win last week. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they beat the Titans. I remember that. I remember me picking Tennessee. Fool on me. Shame on me. Shame on me. You know what, Cleveland? I'll buy you this week. I'll definitely buy into the Browns. I'm willing to give you a shot. Divisional game. I think you'll step up for it. Ravens. I don't know. The line is 2.5 in favor of Cleveland. So you know what? Give me, I'm going to make a little note here. Give me Cleveland to win. All right, put me in for the Browns. But I like Baltimore plus 2.5, okay? 2.5 is the line. I like Baltimore to cover that. So give me the Browns, but the plus 2.5 in that one. Broncos at Bears. Broncos, I said it last week. I really got nothing to say. I mean, you lost 70-20. What else is there to say? Bears, you are also right up there for one of the worst teams in the league. But I think Denver is slightly better than you for the fact that them alone can put up some points. Even in a losing effort last week, give me the Broncos are favored by 3. Give me the Broncos and the 3 there. Rams at Colts. Rams losing to Cincinnati last week. I thought the Rams would put up just a tiny bit of a more effort. They did not. Colts went in and beat Baltimore, so they return home. The line is 1.5 in favor of Indy. I still think the Rams can be decent. But Gardner Minshew played so well for the Colts. Yeah, alright, I'll buy into Indy. Indy, give me the Colts and the -1.5 there in favor of them. Okay, that paper's done. Moving on, we go to New Orleans for the Buccaneers at the Saints. Buccaneers coming off the Monday night loss to the Eagles. Saints. Who did you play last week? Who did the Saints play last week? God, I hate this. Again, I hate blinking. If you could put up who the Saints played and potentially beat, I don't have them as a thing on my sheet here. I'm sorry, I hate to blink like this. It's embarrassing. But NFC South matchup, Buccaneers at Saints. Saints, I think, are better and superior. I do not like Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers at all. Although they are missing Derek Carr, though. It's a good point I just thought of. Derek Carr left the game for the Saints. Interesting. You know what? Alright. I'm going to make a change. No. Damn it. Think. I don't know, man. It's interesting. Do I trust the Saints without potentially Derek Carr, or do I buy into the Buccaneers? I mean, the Buccaneers did put up a little effort against the Eagles. Then again, it is the Eagles, though. -3. I do like that Saints defense. Yeah, alright, I'll stick with the Saints. Alright, after much deliberation, I will be sticking with my pick of the Saints and the -3 and that one. I think that one will come back to bite me, though. Moving on. We have the Bengals at the Titans. So the Bengals finally win. They needed that win, man. Let me tell you something. If you start the year 0-3, your chances of making the playoffs become very, very slim. So good win for Cincinnati Monday night. Titans losing to the Browns. Again, this is why I just don't trust Tennessee. I thought I could trust them, but nah. So give me the Bengals this week in the -2.5. I think they are back and will win. Wrapping up the 1 p.m. slate on Sunday, we have the Commanders, Washington Commanders, visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. I like the Eagles. I still like them. The line is 8, though, okay? So these divisional games with a big line like that, you think that is a trap? I'm going to agree with you. As much as I like Philly, I think a divisional game with this big of a spread, and the Commanders usually play the Eagles tight. Eagles to win, but give me the Commanders and the +8, all right? So +8 I will take in that one, so Eagles plus the 8. Moving on to the 4 p.m. slate, Raiders at Chargers. Oh boy, this one's going to be ugly. And not in the fact that it's a good team playing an ugly, bad team, it's just two bad teams. Bad in the sense of, because I don't really think the Chargers are that bad, but they just sometimes, they underperform. And now you're facing a Raiders team coming in that doesn't know how to coach. This should be a slam dunk for the Chargers. It should be. They're -6. I think they're better than the Raiders. But can you cover it, though? Are the Chargers going to underperform at home? But I'm going to buy into them. Give me the Chargers and the -6 in that one. Patriots at Cowboys. Oh, Dallas. Losing to Arizona, huh? Cowboys are usually good for a bad loss once or twice a year. And boy, they showed it last Sunday. Now facing a Pats team coming in after a good effort on the road in the rain at the Jets. Line is 7. I'm going to buy into New England here. I think Dallas will win. I think Dallas will recover. But with the line being 7, give me New England and the +7 in that one. Wrapping up the 4 p.m. slate, we go to San Francisco for the Giants and the Cardinals. Cardinals, hey, great effort last week. Good win. Unfortunately, though, now you're facing the best of the best in the NFC. 14 is a big old line. Cardinals have been playing teams tough. But I think San Francisco is just going to edge them out. Give me the 49ers and the -14. But I do think Arizona can do it, though. I think Arizona can cover that spread. But I'm going to play the safe route. Give me the 49ers and the 14. Moving on, we go to the Meadowlands for this one. Sunday Night Football. And we have the Chiefs visiting the Jets. And this is my lock of the week. Chiefs, -9.5. Book it. Book it, book it, book it, book it. As I said last week, there is nothing left of the Jets. KC comes in rolling. Chiefs in the -0.5. Lock it in. And lastly, we stay at MetLife Stadium for the second time this year where they get back-to-back primetime games on a Sunday and a Monday. This time, though, it's the Giants, Monday night, hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Giants favored by 1.5, which I find interesting. I do not trust the Giants at all. They did put up a decent effort against the 49ers. I'll give them that, but I like Seattle just slightly bit more. And the line is 1.5. I'm going with an outright upset here. Give me the Seahawks and plus 1.5 in that one. And that's going to do it for this Week 4 edition of me trying to predict the NFL season. Have fun watching the games this weekend, folks. Whoever your team is, I wish you luck. And may the football gods bless you with no injuries. Amen. And with that, that's going to wrap this video up. Thank you all for watching. Of course, my name is Trevor, and I will see you for the next one.